Hi everybody. I'm sitting here waiting for a person to show up for one of their private Zoom sessions with me, and I just had a lot of thoughts as I was sitting here waiting. And so I thought, well, what the heck, I'm just going to turn on the camera and share a few of my mental musings during this space. So thanks for watching, and they're pretty deep, they're pretty heavy, and you can take it or leave it. How's that? So I was thinking about, kind of the purpose of life. I mean, I told you it was going to be a big topic. And I tend to think, I have been thinking, and I believe that with our time here, we're supposed to transform ourselves into something different. And that transformation follows a progression. And I see this progression now that I recognize it, and it's from moving external to internal. So for instance, when I started Tai Chi, it was very external. I learned 73 forms, and that was my goal. I set goals, and I was in that achieving mode. And while it was a beautiful art, it was extremely external. It was on how to move through those 73 forms and to memorize it and make it enriching for myself and for my students. Very externally, a very external mindset. But as I have progressed through Tai Chi, always from the beginning, I felt there was something different. There was something else in this that I was craving or intuitively knew was there, but I wasn't quite sure what it was. And as I have journeyed through these years in the Tai Chi practice, I'm doing less and less forms. In fact, forms have less meaning to me. And I'm doing less movement and more internal work, to the point now where I maybe do one movement, or I do standing meditation, which is where the journey has taken me, which is virtually no movement from the external standpoint. And it's beautiful, and it's enriching, and it's liberating. It's so many things are happening in my life as a result that seem to be aligning. Whereas before I was forcing things to align, now things are flowing in an alignment. And I think that's like a metaphor of what we should be doing in our life. That we come out of the world, we're hit with all of this physicality in the world, the sights, the smells, the pains, the joys, the purchasing, the power to purchase items, the materialistic viewpoint. And the wiser we become, then the more internal we go, the less the external impacts us. And when we get to that point, we don't have to have as much fear. Because fear is about loss. And I'm not saying that I'm there yet. But when we go internal, then the materialistic things don't matter so much, so then loss doesn't matter as much. And we feel a connection, a better connection, a more overpowering connection with this greater source, which to me is God. And it fills you instead of the stuff filling you, or the distractions filling you, or the stress filling you, or pain. And I know pain. I certainly have suffered in my own lifetime, and I'm not immune to that, and how powerful that can be, how much of a distraction and a force that can be in our lives, whether this is physical pain, emotional pain, even spiritual pain. But if we go internal, if we journey more from the external into the internal, then we can overcome so much, because it's a special place, it's a special house, it's a special temple. And I believe that many of the, I believe the Bible is showing that. I can't speak to Lao Tzu and his book because I haven't read it and I am not an expert on that, but I think they all show this journey from external to internal. And some people maybe call the internal enlightenment. But I think when we say enlightenment, it puts it out there and it puts it as a goal, and then so people don't even bother to pursue it. Maybe it's a spectrum, as it is everything in life. And so the Bible shows a movement of external to internal. The Old Testament is external, 613 laws, do this, do that, don't do this, and you know, eat this, don't eat that. All those laws, very external, and a fundamental understanding of God, a basic understanding, I would say, not an intimate relationship. Although in some ways at the beginning it was a very intimate relationship. And then we've moved away from that and went into external, which is what the Old Testament shows. And then we go into the New Testament, which is internal. I mean, and even the journey of Jesus, what is more letting go of external than to have the body tortured and die and then come back as a renewed and new spirit, and then put the Holy Spirit, which is internal, into us. So it seems like it's an overarching story of moving from external to internal. And I don't think that that's a singular example. I think there's examples all over in many of the true arts of life, of living life. And I know certainly for me that I feel the difference in my Tai Chi, for example, and in my life, and still am journeying and trying to become more detached from the external and into what really matters. And so what does matter? And this is the other part of this to me. I think one of the things, two things that we should pursue in life, and both of them are internal in a way, and one is joy. I think we are meant to pursue joy. And then we're meant to help others. That is an internal art, because it has to come from inside to be genuine and sincere. And it's not helping somebody so that you can say, oh, look what I did. You know, I helped this person. It's an internal desire to reach out and make a difference in someone's life, and then they make a difference in someone else's life, and it ripples out. And that's what I hope to do in my Tai Chi channel for you, and in my Tai Chi instructions, and even in my own mental musings that I'm sharing in a spontaneous moment today. I hope you will think about it a little bit, and feel free to leave a comment below about it if you'd like, and your opinions of external versus internal and what that might mean to you and our journey in this life. Well, thank you for joining me. Thanks for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.